The young person that I'm working with at the moment is a 14-year-old girl from Congo who has had a lot of difficulties in her past that have been very difficult for her to articulate and to talk about. And I'm working with her in school using art therapy. It's been really useful for her, I think, because it's given her an easier way to try and explore some really difficult feelings. She was acting out a lot in school and was actually becoming quite aggressive with other pupils as a result of bullying and not feeling able to talk to anybody about her experiences. And a lot of the work that she's done with me has been around fear and worry, and she's been able to express it in ways through her art making that I don't think she actually would have had words for. And she has said that the most helpful thing has been having somebody help her explore her own story and to feel that her story's been witnessed by somebody. She's also found it very helpful having someone to work with who's not a member of staff at the school or a family member or a friend, because she's felt more able to express things that she might have felt embarrassed about or even ashamed of. So I think it's been really helpful.
All these creative arts therapy processes take place within the context of the therapeutic relationship, one based on trust and confidentiality. And the therapists are all professionally trained and registered with the Health Professions Council. And it's not just refugees or asylum-seeking children who can benefit from them.
The children that I've been working with are children that appear to be lost, children that are harbouring stories, children that are carrying issues that they don't know how to hold on to themselves. I found that they've used art materials so they can develop their own personal language to a level which they haven't done before, put it outside of their bodies so that they can actually physically see it, and through doing that they can actually sometimes communicate to other people with those images, specifically in artwork, because it doesn't rely on any of the orthodox languages and wordings and writing or anything that would compartmentalise what their thought processes would have been anyway.
When I first heard about art therapy, I was rather sceptical, to be totally honest. I decided to give it a try because I was running out of options with some of these kids. We don't really know what Andy does because it's like a hallowed secret in here. It's entirely his thing, and the kids don't tell us either. So it's a bit of a mystery. But what I have noticed, and his form teacher Nick has noticed, is that over the last 6 to 8 months since it's been taking place, there's been quite a profound change in the behaviours of the kids that have been involved in art therapy.
The effectiveness of art therapy in helping young people come to terms with difficult emotions is clearly shown in a series of drawings and paintings by a refugee child who fled to this country from a war zone. He endured things that no child should have to: the violent death of 3 brothers, being shot himself, a harsh and hazardous journey to safety in the UK. The war, the violence, his weeping mother, the perilous journey. All were recorded in the disturbing pictures he produced. But over time, they gave way to an altogether different painting, a peaceful scene of a house in the woods. Another activity which can bring emotional healing is growing and nurturing plants, therapeutic horticulture.
Horticulture is based here at the school as an activity for the pupils to work on at their own pace and in a space that they're familiar with and secure in. The activities they undertake are of their own choice, but essentially what we're looking to do is to use those activities, seed sowing, pricking out, potting on, growing, harvesting, as a parallel for their own lives, and that might be explicit or it might be less explicit insofar as that they can experience those processes and then use the parallels in their own lives. We also work down at a local allotment which gives the pupils the opportunity to work at their own pace and to be more relaxed about what they're doing and experiencing, and it's from this experience that they can start to work through some of their fears and hopes from the past and for the future.
I think it's a really powerful vehicle for education. I think it's a powerful vehicle for these youngsters. And I think what it's succeeded in doing is engaging them in the education process in this country, whether they are difficult kids from Manchester or they're kids who come from another part of the world altogether. I think it's working really well. And I can imagine that maybe many people looking at this bit of film will think, oh, well, my school's different. I've got, you know, St. Peter's has all these children from abroad. But take it from me, it's not just about children from abroad. It's about children who've got some kind of emotional trauma. It doesn't have to just be for children who come from abroad. Children in the cities, children with trouble, cities or towns, wherever they are, I think it benefits them.
Whether through horticulture, art, music, drama or structured play, the creative therapies provided by the ETS team have proved to be a highly successful way of helping young people manage their emotions and deal with traumatic experiences in their past. And also effective in schools has been the PHAROS programme.
When it was implemented, we had to select pupils, and the type of pupils who were chosen were those who, when they first came over, they were having problems settling in, they were finding it hard to make friends, you know, socializing. Some pupils were even teary. After we, the whole process of doing the lessons proved very fruitful because they saw that they had a lot in common with each other and they were not necessarily all isolated, feeling like strangers. And I think the whole process of going through, I trialed 12 lessons at a set time, set date. That was fruitful because then I saw friendships being formed. I saw that they were starting to become more comfortable with themselves, with being here, being in the British system. And I thought, just as a whole, you know, as a support system, education system, I thought that that was quite beneficial.
Meeting the emotional and psychological needs of the young people that the ETS team supports involves a wide variety of approaches and a lot of different agencies.
As being a refugee child myself, I can empathise with the children and the families who are arrived. One particular child I'm working with, she wasn't in school, was quite traumatised. I got the community health and paediatrician involved, the psychiatrist. She's on medication. She had no support, no schooling. She's now got permanent status and is in full-time school.
For the ETS team, it's another success story to add to an ever-growing list. For the young person herself, it's the chance to forge a brighter, happier future. All the young people supported by the team have built up resilience to deal with past trauma and move on in their lives. A survey of cases in 2007 showed that 3/4 of the youngsters involved gained in confidence. 2/3 became more cooperative and more aware of other people's feelings. 84% were more motivated and had higher aspirations. 92% improved their communication skills and could use non-verbal ways of communicating, leading to a reduction of stress or trauma. Emotional and trauma support works. For the young people it helps, for their families and for their schools.
When I came to this country, I had an idea that I'm not going to have any problem, but we had a little bit problem of accommodation and my children were not happy and my eldest son almost wanted to end his life. He had a very good support from ETS. They really helped us a lot and they supported him a lot and they helped us to get a house and also he was helped for his education and now he's taking law and he is very happy.
ETS was set up to respond to a growing population of refugee or asylum-seeking children in Manchester. But from these beginnings, it has developed into a service for all children who have undergone extreme experiences. And over the past 8 years, a strong body of local practice-based evidence has been built up. Huge importance has been placed on quality assurance and professional supervision for practitioners. And to ensure that the highest quality of service is maintained, Manchester has developed standards for therapeutic interventions in schools. For more information about how the Emotional and Trauma Support Team can help the young people of Manchester, or how they can act as consultants to organisations in other parts of the country, please contact the team direct via Manchester City Council.